you cannot be productive and effective while you're asleep. Although sleep is important for your health, you can only be productive whilst you're awake. The fact that you can do something does not mean that you should be the one to do it. It's important that you prioritize your energies and your efforts on the things that only you can do. It sounds counterintuitive, but it's very wise. Start from doing nothing. Just reflect on the things you have to do. Make a list of it. Sometimes it feels jumbled in your brain because, it's a lot of things you're keeping in your brain and you just cannot, but feel overwhelmed. And by all means, don't feel overwhelmed and do nothing about it. Hi there. Welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Alex Sasu. I am a certified life coach. And on this channel, I share goal-setting tips, relationship advice, and some in-betweens, all from a Christian perspective. Have you ever told yourself at any point in time in your life that you wish you had more time? Sometimes you feel like there's so much to do, you don't even know where to start from or how to go about it. And other times it feels like, well, there's time, but you're just confused concerning what to prioritize, and you may end up spending time on what may not be as important. Well, what I hope to do in this video is to share with you 5 practical tips that can help you to feel less overwhelmed and to be able to take more control of the time that you have been privileged to have. Now, if you know me, I'm an acronyms geek, and so I'm going to share, this is not really an acronym, it's more like an alliteration, and I'm going to use the 5S to be able to share this. Now, before I share any of the 5 S's, I want to say that all the things I'm going to share is actually progressive, in the sense that if the first one doesn't apply to you, then the next one might apply to you. If it doesn't apply to you, then the next one might apply to you. Ultimately, I am very confident that the last one at least will apply to your situation. So let's get right into it. The first S is sleep less. Now think about something. If you sleep for 8 hours every day, what it means is that for every 3 days, you would sleep for 1 full day, which means the whole year you'll be asleep for 4 good months. Isn't that amazing? Now guess what? What if you do 12 hours a day? Well, what that means is that in every 2 days, you would have slept for 1 full day. And then in every year, you would have done 6 months of sleep. Oh my goodness, that is a lot. Well, not really. Now, the point here is not trying to say you don't have to sleep enough. Obviously, many research actually points to the fact that, people need an average between 6 to 8 hours of sleep every day. And so you need to get what will be enough for you. Now, I've studied my body, and I think everyone should do that. And I've realized that my body needs about 7 hours of sleep. Once I get 7 hours, I can operate at my optimum, maximum level, very effective, very productive. I don't feel sleepy, I don't feel lethargic, and I can be very, very effective. Now, I don't know about you. I think you should do the math and find out how many hours you sleep a day, because that really helps a lot to be able to know how you can manage your time well. Now, because I know I do 7 hours of sleep, I try to get 7 hours as much as I can. There are times where I cannot, just for obvious reasons. Life is just busy, right, with parenting and all of that. And so if I do get 6 hours, that's okay. I can actually go through the day and I'll be fine. And if I get 5 hours, or anything less than that, I need a nap at least 30 minutes to an hour sometime in the day before I can actually become very effective. I don't know about you, but it'll be a good thing to do to try and take a log of that and know exactly where you stand. Now, but this is my main point, okay? Like for someone like me who needs just about 7 hours of sleep averagely on a daily basis, if I just keep sleeping maybe 9 hours, 10 hours, well, it might feel good. And of course, it might be needed. At sometimes I can do 8 or 9 hours, which is fine. But if it becomes something regular, what I'm doing is that I'm actually oversleeping, and that might not be helpful for me when it comes to productivity. Now, guess what? The truth is that you cannot be productive and effective while you're asleep. Although sleep is important for your health, you cannot be, productive whilst you're asleep. You can only be productive whilst you're awake, right? So if you spend more time sleeping than you should, what you're doing is that you're actually going to get less time to do the things you need to do. And that might make you feel very overwhelmed because you have less time to manage all the things that you need to manage. So the first point is sleep less. So this is for anybody who knows for sure that they are oversleeping. Now, the Bible talks about this in Proverbs chapter 24, verse 33 to 34, that a little sleep and a little slumber, a little folding of the arms to rest, and scarcity will come on you like a bandit, and poverty like an armed robber. You don't want that, right? So this is my encouragement to you. If you are sleeping too much, more than you should, I will encourage you to start becoming more and more disciplined, get an accountability partner. Like take some steps that can help you have some more time to go to work. Now, let's think about this. If you even just get 1 hour extra time from your sleep time, that's 7 hours a week. And that's a lot of time, right? So sleepless. Now, maybe the first point doesn't apply to you. Now, the second point is someone else. What does that mean? It simply means delegate. Now, sometimes many of us obviously struggle to delegate, tasks and responsibilities to other people. And for the most part, the main reason is because we are just not confident that they can do it just as much or as well as we can do it, right? Especially for leaders. Now, guess what? The fact that you can do something does not mean that you should be the one to do it. Let me say that again. The fact that you can do something does not mean that you should be the one to do it. It's important that you prioritize, your energies and your effort on the things that only you can do, and try as much as possible to delegate all the other tasks to anybody that can actually help you. Even if they can't do it as much or as well as you do it, it will free you some time, and it will help you to train someone else to be able to take some other part of what you're doing, so you can actually have more time to focus on what matters most. And especially this goes to you if you are a leader, in the context of, like, if you have people that are following you, or people that are reporting to you, or are just working for you or with you, and you have some level of authority over them. But even as an individual who is not like a leader, you can think of things that you can actually delegate to friends or to family, or to, sometimes it requires you to pay money to someone, and that's fine. Do that so that you can actually have some more time to be able to focus on what matters most. Now, the third S is surrender one. What does this mean? Well, it simply means that sometimes it might be because you're just involved in too many things at the same time. Now, in this context, it can actually be surrendering certain tasks that you're doing. In other words, stop doing that, okay? Or surrendering some responsibility, okay? So let me give you some practical example. So let's say, you have a lot of things going on, and then you realize that you're someone who prioritizes cleaning, and you want to make sure that, your environment is always very neat and all of the things, perfectionist, all of that, which can be great. Now, but then you realize that you spend so much time on just cleaning and just, getting your room ready and all of the things, right? Now, and this probably, maybe, let's say it takes about 5 hours a week to do that, and you want to kind of reduce on that. If this means paying someone to do that for you, so you can free yourself of that time to be able to focus on something else, that will be like surrendering a task, okay? On the other hand, let's say you are in like 3 different clubs, okay? You're a college student, 3 different clubs, and of course you have a life to live. You are a student, you have to study, you probably have a part-time job or a full-time job, you have a family, you have to, parents, or if you're married, you have, a family that you have to pay attention to, and all the things that life comes with. You have to, make some time for leisure and all of that, church, all of the things. In that case, you are just kind of like overwhelmed for the most part, because you are too involved in so many things. And one of the wise things you can do is to decide to let something go. So you can say, well, out of these 3 clubs, I think I'm going to let this particular club go, and I may not do it. Or maybe I'll say, well, I think this season I'm going to stop watching movies as much as I do, completely for the next 6 months, so I can focus on something else. So think of that, surrender one. Okay, if it's like you're too much involved in so many things, it'll be wise to surrender something, so you can actually, use the rest of the time to do what matters most. The 4th S is what I call steady time management skills. I cannot overemphasize this. I think that, sometimes all you need is a strategy or a system that is reliable enough to help you to become effective, and yet still be able to, live a very productive and healthy life. Okay, so that's why some of the things I'll be sharing on this channel, just helping you to go certain things. I have some videos in the past, look at them and see which one can be beneficial to you. There's so many programs out there that you can take that can actually help you. Look, learn more ways of managing your time. I can give you some practical ones. For someone like me, whenever I feel like I have a lot of things to do, some people just jump into doing, which is not bad, but sometimes all you need is just to pause for 30 minutes a week and say, hey man, this is my weekly agenda. These are my things that I'm supposed to do. What is one thing that I can let go this month or this week? What is one thing that I need to definitely do this week? Which one should I start with first? So when you feel overwhelmed, sounds counterintuitive, but it's very wise. Start from doing nothing. Just reflect on the things you have to do. Make a list of it. Sometimes it feels jumbled in your brain because, it's a lot of things you are keeping in your brain, and you just cannot, but feel overwhelmed. Although it may not be as overwhelming as it actually feels in that moment. So when you just sit down, make a list and say, hey man, these are the things I need to do. What am I prioritizing? What am I focusing on? Okay, this one, can I really get it done today? No, sure, accept it. It might cost you something, but that's okay. I'll do this tomorrow. So all of those organizational things can actually help you. And there are so many programs out there, that can actually help you with all of this. And of course, if you also need help from us, you can actually, just send an email to info@sayinspireshub.com, and we're just going to send you some resources, going to just, help you to be able to manage your time well. Now, the last S is submit to God. Sometimes, guess what? You're sleeping just enough, or maybe you probably need more time to sleep, right? You are kind of focused on the things that you can only be the one to focus on, and actually delegating enough. You're actually not just investing time in things that do not matter. You're actually doing very well. And sometimes you just have good time management skills. You've learned all the things, and you're trying to apply them, but it still feels overwhelming. Now, this is be an encouragement to you. Submit to God. The Bible says in Proverbs 3, 5, and 6 that trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. First Corinthians chapter 10 verse 13 says, no temptation has seized us except what is common to man. And God is faithful. He will never let you to be tempted beyond what you can bear. But even if you are, he will provide a way out so you not stand up under it. Now, I know this is in the context of temptation and sin and all of that, but it still applies that the Lord will not give you something that will be beyond what you can bear. And what this means is that John chapter 15, he is the vine, we are the branches. Just spend more time with him. So if you abide in me, you will bear much fruit. Once again, it sounds counterintuitive, but the more you spend time with the Lord, especially when you feel like these burdens are burdens that I need to carry, they're my cross to carry, but I know that it feels overwhelming. Keep spending more time with the Lord. Keep applying your time and the skill that you've learned. Keep doing the things you need to do and trust God to take you through because he will take you through. Remember, with God, nothing is impossible, according to Luke chapter 1, verse 37. So you have a lot of help. You have a lot of support. The Holy Spirit is with you. And look, get all the accountability you need. But by all means, don't feel overwhelmed and do nothing about it. Do something about it. And I hope these 5 tips, will help you to be able to at least take some decisions that will help you to become more effective, more productive, and feel less overwhelmed. Now, if you like this video, I just want to encourage you to like the video. Leave a comment in the comment section. Which of the 5 S's do you feel like applies to you? Or is there any particular one you feel like I didn't touch on that you feel like will be helpful for me to have added? And if you have any questions, please put it in the chat, and then I'll be very glad to respond to you, and hopefully we can help you. And please don't forget to subscribe if you are interested in getting more content like this, and share with others who will be blessed by this video. God bless you so much. I can't wait to see you in the next one. What a joy!